Are you struggling to record reaction videos, voiceovers, or commentaries in OBS Studio because you constantly have to pause, rewind, and match up your clips? In this video, I'm going to break down my free, lightweight Luna script that I created for OBS Studio that automates your entire commentary workflow. With just 3 hotkeys, you can start a take, automatically rewind your video source on a mistake, and keep your audio perfectly synced without touching your mouse. So you've created a video, you've edited the whole video, you've got all these nice little segments that you've clipped together, put them together nicely, and now you want to do a talkover. For example, like in DaVinci Resolve, you can do a talkover very easily. It'll start and stop, and if you delete the segment that you didn't like, it actually rolls it back right to where you left off. But the problem is you cannot record video into DaVinci Resolve or many other programs. So the problem is, how do you get yourself on camera doing your talkover? Well, the answer that I've come up with is using OBS Studio by using this custom script that I created. What it's going to allow you to do is record yourself doing the talkover while you're watching your recorded video that has all your segments, your clips in it, in the left window in OBS Studio, so you can see what you're narrating. And then when you press different hotkeys that you can set up, the one hotkey will start both the recording and the video playback. And then when you hit the second hotkey, which I'm using number 2, when I hit number 2, it stops the video from recording and it stops the playback of the video. And so that video is now saved. Now, if I didn't like the take, say I made a mistake when I was talking, I would hit my keyboard command number 3. And what that does is it stops the video and it rolls it back to where I just left off. And if I have the other script put in, I could hit X on my keyboard and it deletes that video, so it's gone. Then I could hit number 1 again on my keyboard and start it over. I could do this over and over and over until I get the talkover being the way that I want. Every time I hit number 3, it's going to roll it back to where we left off. And then when we continue on and I hit 2, it's saving it and stopping it in each area. So the video keeps moving forward. You keep doing your talkovers all through your whole entire video. And you've got all these collections of all your different talkover clips with you on camera because you're recording yourself in OBS Studio. Then we're going to take all that, bring it into DaVinci Resolve, which could be any editing program you have. Could do this. We're going to overlay our OBS clips that we just created, and then we can shrink them down, put me in the corner or wherever you want on screen, or you could do this in your video clip. But this makes it super easy to record yourself while you're doing narration and match it up perfectly to your video clip. Now let me show you how to install this and get this going. This is fantastic. I'm so glad I created this. This is such a big time saver and a problem solver, because normally in OBS, even if you did something like this, it's not going to rewind your video clip. So if you made a mistake, you'd have to roll it back and try to find the exact same spot every time. Very time consuming. You'd have to delete the clip. This does it all for you. These 2 scripts, my script and this one other delete script. I'm going to show you all that. You're going to love it. I'm going to give it to you for free. Like and subscribe to the channel. It's worth it. To install the 2 scripts, the talkover script, rewind, and the delete script, you would go to Tools, Scripts. And you can see here's the delete last recording, and here's the talkover script. To add a script, you're just going to hit the plus button. I already have these in here, so I don't need to do that. Cancel. It shuts that down. I'll bring this back up. But wherever you've saved the 2 different scripts that you've downloaded, you go to that location, hit the plus button, click on it, it loads it in here. Now, with the talkover script, the media source name, media, has to match your media source. So if you're leaving it media works just fine. Now, if you rename your source to something else like my video, that has to be spelt exactly the same way in here for it to work so it can communicate with it and it knows what it is. Now this media, this is your video that you're playing back that you're watching as you're doing your talkover. So once you have these two different scripts loaded in, my script and the delete last recording script, then you just close this. Now the other script is called delete last recording. You could do a search under scripts and just type in delete in OBS under scripts, and this is what the script looks like. You just go up here and you can download it, and then you need to install it. Okay, then we're going to go into OBS preferences and hotkeys, and we're going to scroll down and you can see delete last recording. I have that set to X. So if I press the X key on my keyboard, it's going to delete the last recording. So if I took 5 takes, for example, and I liked the 5th one, I've pushed the X key 4 times in advance for every one of those other ones that I didn't like, and it deleted it. Now when we move down a little bit further, you'll see the talkover start take, talkover accept take, and talkover reject and rewind. So if I press 1 on my keyboard, which you can set these to any keyboard command you want. I have it just 1, 2, and 3. It's just nice and easy. So if I press 1, it starts the playback of the video and it starts the recording simultaneously at the same time. And then if I hit number 2, after I'm done talking a little bit, and I want to accept that take, I hit 2, then that take is recorded and the playback stops of my video right at that point. Now, if I talked for a little bit and I don't like the talkover that I did, I hit number 3 and this stops the recording and it rewinds back to the exact point where I started that talkover. So now I could do this over and over and over multiple times. Sometimes I've noticed I can press the key number 3 once. Sometimes I might have to tap it a second time for it to do the rewind, but it takes you right back to where you left off. So by the time you get done, you've got all your takes that you can do it 5 or 6 times, as much as you need. And by using the delete last recording in between each one of your takes, you're deleting that extra recording that you didn't need. So by the time you're done, you'll have all your recordings right in the row, ready to drop back into your editing program, which I'm using DaVinci Resolve, and they will be right in order, and you can do your talkover. And then this is you on camera. So then you could reshape, resize the box that you're in and place yourself doing the talkover on camera anywhere you want on screen, bigger size, smaller size. And you just say okay to this and close that down. Okay, here we are in OBS Studio. I have me on the right and I'm not very lit up. I'm not in my studio area because I'm trying to do this recording. And on the left, this is the video that we're going to do the talkover to. And I'm going to show you how this works. What I'm doing to be able to record this, I'm actually on my Mac and I'm using the Mac screen recorder to record the whole screen of OBS. So I can show OBS me on this side. Oops, there we are. And the video on the right. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to press number 1 on my keyboard and it's going to start recording and it's going to start the video at exactly the same time. So here we go, pressing number 1. This would be like if I was going to do the talkover for this right now. And now we're looking at the different meats that are available there, and they have really good prices. Look at those prices there. That's fantastic for 2 New York strips. What a wonderful deal that would be. Okay, I pressed number 2 on the keyboard and that stopped the video. That saved the clip, was recorded, and it stops the video right there. So now I can take off right from there by hitting number 1 again. And look at all these other meats. And here inside the meat counter, look at that. $3.31 a pound. And if you've got it for sale, even for $2 and something. Different meats here, all in the meat counter. Lots of things to pick from. Wait a minute. I don't like what I just said. So I'm going to hit number 3. I'm going to hit it a second time. And then I'm going to hit X on the keyboard. So I just deleted that video and it rolled me back to this same spot. So I can do this take again. I'm going to hit number 1. And look at all the different meats they have here. And when you move into the meat counter, they even have more inside the meat counter, even with a big yellow, taggy looking, weird looking thing. Oh, wait, I don't like how I said that. So I'll hit number 3 again. I'll hit it a second time. It rolls me back. I'll hit X. So the video got deleted. So I don't have all these extra videos of bad takes. Let's do one more bad take. Look at all this meat. Wouldn't I like to barbecue that on the engine of my car? Oh, that doesn't make sense. No. So I'll hit number 3, hit it twice. I'm going to hit the X button. It's deleting that video. Now this time we'll take the clip. Oh, maybe. Let's see. And now we move into the meat counter where there's lots of different other meats for sale, even some with yellow tag special prices. And as we move into the other area, you can see some really good prices, $4.17 a pound, things like that. And we can move down the line here. We got fresh ground hamburger, lots of different meats, lots of different chickens, things like that. Great prices. And here the lady's throwing some fresh chicken right into the cooler area at $1.47 per pound. What a great price. Okay, I stopped the video. Now this would, the camera that's on me, remember, we're recording me doing the talkover. This would be you doing your talkover that you're going to overlay on your video later. And all these clips are going to line up because we're starting and stopping them precisely. Now I hit number 2, so I saved that clip. And I'm going to show you how to bring these clips in and overlay them. And this is just so powerful. I've so long wanted to be able to do this. You know, I edit a whole video. I've got all these segments together and I do a talkover, but there's not ever been a real way to put myself on the video and then shrink myself down in a corner or put it here or there or wherever I want to go. I'm going to have to bend my head down low because this camera is really low. So I'm going to press number 1 again and we'll continue on. And there's some more chicken in the other counter here. And now we're going to zoom down here. There's some more different types of chicken in wrapped up packages and lots of different chickens. Look at these great prices right there. What a wonderful thing to get there. Now I pressed number 2, so that's saved that clip. We're going to continue on, and like once again, it stopped the recording. It stopped the video. I'm going to press number 1 and continue on. So if I was doing a real talkover, I'd be saying, you know, here we are in the area looking at the different hot dogs, the big wieners. My wife's holding this package saying, I don't know what this is. Wait, I shouldn't say that. So I'm going to press number 3. It brings us back. I'm going to press X on the keyboard. That deleted that video. So now I can restart it. Okay, look at this chicken. Now we're looking at hot dogs, all kind of sausages. What has she got in her hand? Oh, that's gross looking. I don't know what that is. No, I don't like that take either. I'm going to hit 3. Sometimes you got to press 3 twice for it to roll back. I'm going to hit X to delete that clip, and we're going to go on it again. And that was some of the chicken, and now we're going to move over to the hot dogs. And there's hot dogs, sausages, all kind of things over here. Even this in my wife's hand, she actually had no idea what this is, so she's putting it back and saying, well, no, we're not going to buy that today. But there's lots to pick from in this store, and this is what it's like shopping in the country of Panama. Okay, now I stopped the video. I kept that clip, and we're rolling into this, so I'm going to try to continue on. I'm going to hit 1 on the keyboard, and now we have some pepperonis and salamis. Hey, I can use that pepperoni and make some of my famous keto pizza with some pepperoni on it. Sounds good to me. And there's some other items down there. And then we're going to move into this dairy section. You can see you can get a lot of the same items that you can get in the United States right here, even a lot of the same exact brands. Okay, I stopped it there. That clip was saved. That's me talking over here. I'm narrating the video. And soon here, we're going to take this clip of me talking. We're going to put it in line and show you how this works. Okay, I pressed 1 again. The camera's rolling. And now look at these eggs. The eggs are just like in the country of Panama when we were over there. they're like they are in Portugal, where they do not refrigerate the eggs. So we bought this 15 packs of eggs for a very low price, and they were really hearty and really good. Well, I didn't like that take, so I rolled that back by hitting number 3. I'm hitting the X, so that deleted it. And I'm going to take it one more time, and then we're going to bring these clips into DaVinci Resolve and lay them over the clips, over the video. But you can do this in Premiere Pro or any other type of editing program. Okay, I'm going to hit number 1 again. And look at these eggs. What's it? $2.34 for a dozen eggs. What great prices are these? So we picked out a 15 pack of eggs. And what you can see here in the country of Panama, just like when we were in Portugal, they do not refrigerate the eggs. The eggs are just on the shelf. And these are really large, really hefty, great tasting eggs. They were fantastic to cook, much better than the eggs that we get here in the US by far, and a much better price. Okay, I just pressed number 2. I accepted that take. So remember, number 1 starts the recording, number 2 stops it, and it keeps you recording. Number 3 stops it and rolls it back to where you can start it again. And then if you have that other script in, you can press X if you have the keyboard set, your keyboard command set to X, and it deletes that clip. So I'm going to stop this and we're going to move on. Okay, here we are in DaVinci Resolve now, which you could do this in basically any editing program. This is my timeline. Here's my clips that we were doing the talkover over. And here's all of my talkovers. Up here I have 6 of them that we recorded, and I put it just in a bin called talkovers, and I can start grabbing these, dropping it on the timeline. Grab them all real quick, one at a time, toss them on there. And then once they're overlaid like this, of course, then we can do all kinds of things to them, like shrink a talkover window in the corner or wherever you would want. Put this last one on here. And with this first clip, for example, say I wanted it shrunk down, I could just grab this here, shrunk this down. Maybe I want to crop it a little bit on the left, crop it a little bit on the right, and maybe crop the bottom a little bit. And then I could grab it and throw it in the corner. If you have any other kind of plugins and effects, you could add a nice border on this real quick. This is just a nice little example to show how this would work. And then here we go there. And they have really good prices. Look at those prices there. That's fantastic. For 2 New York strips, what a wonderful deal that would be. And now we move into the meat counter where there's lots. But now what we could do is on this first clip, I'm doing a copy. I don't think it's showing you this. Oops, what happened here? I hit delete by accident. I'm doing a copy and then selecting all of these other clips, and I'm doing a paste attributes, and I'm just selecting all video attributes, apply. And now there I have me talking in the corner. And I could move myself around from any of these clips. I mean, if I wanted to move this over here, I could be over there, which would be kind of weird because this would jump. It's right here, even a lot of the same exact brands. This is where we paused a little bit. These eggs, what's it? $2.34 for a dozen eggs? What? So you can see the benefit of this. You can create your talkover in OBS while you're recording yourself, bring it into any editing program, overlay it, move yourself to anywhere that you want. Now you can't hear this audio on the playback very good. It's actually just coming out of my speaker into my microphone that I have on me, the way that this is going through everything right now. You could even like take this one here, for example. You might say, maybe you wanted this to be larger. This would be kind of weird. It would go from one thing to another, but you could do it. wonderful deal that would be. And now we move into the meat counter where there's lots of different other meats for sale, even some with yellow tag. Then we come out the other end. Per pound. What a great price on. And then I jump back down. Some more chicken in the other counter here. And now we're going to zoom down here. There's some more different types of chicken in wrapped up packages and lots of different chickens. Look at these great prices right there. What a wonderful thing to get. And that was some of the chicken. And now we're going to move over to the hot dogs. And there's hot dogs, sausages, all kinds of things over. And of course, you can edit your audio because there is your audio. So if I made a little mistake in between one clip or another, you know, you could zoom in and, you know, clip the beginning of that clip off. And, but there you go. A fantastic way to finally get you doing your talkovers over your video wherever you want, and doing it in OBS Studio with my free plugin. Enjoy it. I'm posting a link to it in the video here. Also a link to grab the delete plugin, so you can just press your whatever keyboard command you set up and delete the videos that are your bad takes.